Have you ever been in complete darkness? Like the kind where you can't even see your own hand in front of your face. It's overwhelming, right? Especially when it's somewhere that's maybe not familiar, but even more so when it is somewhere familiar. It feels like that darkness has swallowed you whole, and the more you struggle to see, the more you feel lost. But then something shifts. A flicker, a tiny glimmer of light, maybe from a distant star or a small firefly in the night. I mean, it's faint, don't get me wrong, but it's there. And in that moment, something within you changes. You realize you're not as lost as you thought. The darkness isn't as all-consuming as it once seemed. The light, however, it gave you some hope. So today, we're going to find some hope. Today, we're going to find some light in the darkness as we find hope in life's hardest moments. And let's calm it down in 3, 2, 1. Life can sometimes feel like that overwhelming darkness, right? There are moments when the weight of our struggles and our pain and our doubts, and they can feel so heavy that we can't even see a way forward. But it's in these moments that we need to remember the power of that tiny flicker of light. You see, hope isn't always a blazing sun. Sometimes it's just a faint glimmer in the distance. But that glimmer, it's enough. It's enough to remind us that we are not alone, that this darkness, it's not permanent, and that there's still beauty in the world worth fighting for. In our darkest moments, hope can seem out of reach, elusive, right? Almost impossible to grasp, right? But it's in these very moments that hope becomes the most important thing in the world. It doesn't always announce itself with fanfare. More often, hope actually whispers. It's in the small, everyday things that we might overlook if we're not really paying attention. And that's the thing about hope. That is the thing about hope. It often comes in the most unexpected ways, like that firefly that just randomly lights up, right? Maybe it's a kind word from a stranger or a beautiful sunset. Maybe it's a memory of a happier time, or even the simple act of just taking a breath. These are all little lights in our darkness, reminding us that life is full of possibilities, even when we can't see them clearly. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. I do. Chad, you don't understand. My darkness is too deep. There is no light. I hear you. I do. I hear you. I hear from you. So I hear you. And I want you to know that your pain, it's valid. Your struggles are real. But I also want you to know that you are stronger than you realize. And that even in the deepest darkness, there's always a spark of light waiting to be found. Sometimes finding that light means reaching out for help. Sometimes it means hope isn't idle. Sometimes it might mean calling a friend, or talking to a therapist, or even just dialing a helpline. And I know that can feel scary. It can feel like defeat. But here's the truth. Asking for help is not weakness. I'm going to say that again. Asking for help is not weakness. It is one of the bravest, strongest things that you can do. It's you fighting for yourself, fighting for your light. So I want you to take a moment really quick. Take a moment right now to close your eyes if you can. Think about a time when you felt peace. Think about a time where you recognized that tiny speck of light. Maybe it was a moment with loved ones, or a personal achievement, right? Or something maybe just a quiet moment in nature. Hold on to that feeling, that memory, that emotion. That is your light. That is your reminder that good things do exist, that you are capable of joy, of feeling good, of feeling safe, because you have a place in this world. So I want to challenge you this week. And I know, trust me, I know you're tired of challenges. But I want you to look for one small light in your life. It doesn't have to be anything big. Maybe it's the warmth of a morning coffee, or a text from a friend, or the sound of your favorite song. Write it down. And at the end of the week, look back at your list. You'll have 7 lights, 7 reminders that even in the darkest times, beauty, hope, and still exist. Because this is so hard to remember, but sometimes we have to, that healing is not linear. Some days will be harder than others. Some days the darkness might feel overwhelming again, but on those days, I want you to remember this: you've made it through every single day, every single dark day so far. You're still here. You're still fighting. Yes, I know you may want to give up, but you are still here and you are still fighting, because in the back of your mind, you know that there is an ounce of hope, and an ounce is all you need. And you are incredibly brave. You're not alone in this. There are people who want to help. There are people who want to be that light for you when you can't find it yourself. So if you're struggling, please reach out. Call a friend, call a family member, call a helpline. Because your life matters. And guess what? Your story, it's not over. Your story is not over. If you would, just take a gentle inhale and a gentle exhale. With your eyes closed, I want you to picture that darkness again. But this time, I want you to imagine yourself holding a small, flickering candle. Its light may seem feeble against the massive darkness, but it's there, and it's real. And as long as it's burning, there's hope. You are that candle. Your light may feel sometimes small, but your light has the power to illuminate the world around you. It has the power to guide you to the darkest nights. And who knows, your light may be the very thing that just helps someone else find their way. So keep this candle burning, protect it, nurture it, and when you can, share it. Share it with others. Because in this sometimes dark world, man, we need every bit of light that we can get. Imagine yourself holding that small, flickering candle, knowing as long as it's burning, there's hope. This month is Suicide Awareness Month. September is. And so I want to take a moment to remind you that you're not alone in this at all. Because there are people who care deeply about you, who are ready to listen, who are ready to help you find your way. one of my favorite organizations to write love on her arms. They are doing incredible work to support those struggling with depression and just self-harm and just thoughts of suicide. So if you need immediate help, there are hotlines available around the world, ready to take your call. In the United States, you can dial 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. In the UK, Samaritans are available 24/7 at 116-123. In Canada, 1-833-456-4566. Again, that's 833-456-4566. I have these numbers listed at calmitdownpodcast.com, as well as India and Philippines and some others. But these lifelines, they exist for a reason. You know why? Because your life matters. You matter. And the world is a better place with you in it. And here's something else I want you to remember as you go through your day. Don't walk through the world looking for reasons why you don't belong. Because trust me, if you look hard enough, you'll find them. You will. Okay? So don't spend your time searching for proof that you're not enough. Because those doubts and those insecurities, they'll show up. They will. But here's the thing. Our worth is not something that we negotiate with others. It's not. Our worth is not something that we negotiate with others. It's something that we hold within ourselves, something that we decide for ourselves. And so with that being said, you belong. You are enough. And no one else gets to tell you otherwise. And maybe you're not the one struggling right now. Maybe it's someone close to you, a friend, a family member, someone you care about. If that is the case, reach out. Check in on them, even if it feels awkward or uncomfortable. Sometimes the simple act of asking, scale from 1 to 10. How you doing? Can make all the difference in someone's life. Let them know you're there. Be their light, be their candle when they can't find their own. Because we are all in this together, and none of us should have to walk through the darkness alone. So as you go about your day, carry this with you. You're stronger than you know. Even in your hardest moments, there is light within you. You have the power to get through this. And more than that, you have the power to help others find their way too. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for being a light in this world. Your story matters. Your presence makes a difference. And no matter how dark it gets, there is always hope. So be kind to your mind. And remember, I am cheering for you. Even the smallest light can pierce the darkest night. Keep shining. And until next time, be kind to your mind. And join me again as we calm it down. To find more episodes of Calm It Down, see where I may be appearing in your area, or just simply want to know where to send me some chocolate chip cookies, visit calmitdownpodcast.com. This podcast was written and produced by yours truly, Chad Lawson, composer, pianist, and nationally recognized Sweet Tooth. The views, expressions, and techniques in this episode are of my personal opinion and not intended, nor should they, serve as a substitute for medical advice or diagnosis rendered to you by your individual doctor or other healthcare provider. Only a licensed physician should evaluate your situation, provide a diagnosis, or render other medical advice to you. And you should only act upon the advice of this physician. Now, I'm an extreme empath by nature, but my profession is that of a composer and pianist, not a licensed therapist or physician. I hear from thousands of listeners how my music has helped them through various stages of emotional needs, and I simply want to offer this in future podcast episodes to aid those needs. So to find a list of licensed professionals in your area, please visit calmitdownpodcast.com. And if you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review, or better yet, share it with a friend. While it takes less than 60 seconds to do, its impact will last for years to come, as every little bit helps in growing the awareness and the importance of mental and emotional health. Thank you for listening. Thank you for living. And until next time, be kind to your mind and join me again as we calm it down.